You are now listening to Let's Talk Battle Rap Podcast, the Battle Rap Podcast of New York and the world. Follow the show on all streaming platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. Stay up to date with all of the daily news of battle rap culture with all of the latest stories, reports, stats, and facts. Follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at LTBR Podcast. Last but not least, log on to letstalkbattlerap.com for exclusive content and the latest merch. Enjoy the show.
She called me late night, shawty, what you want? Yeah, we ain't link up in a couple months. Well, I've been alright, you been in the slump. Yeah, shit is different from when we was young, but now you in town, looking for the one. Yeah, already knew the motive from the jump. She called me late night, tryna have fun, cause that's all a nigga good for. You ready? Got my love, my love, my love. What else you want from me? What else you want from me? You ready? Got my love, my love, my love. What else you want from me? What else you want from me? So one time tell her, whoa, stop, flex, run it. Say that bullshit for your next, beloved. You blowing on my phone with them texts for nothing. You always.
All right, man. Let's talk Battle Rap Podcast. I am your host, France. I will be hosting today's Radio Roulette show of a Smack Volume 9 prediction with all the supporters. Salute to Eddie I on that track that just dropped, Gemini, which is also a million stream song, which actually is his second million stream song. Salute to Eddie I, and big salute to all the battle rappers when they have hit successful milestones with their music. It needs to always be acknowledged and appreciated. I wanted to do a quick little, monologue before we get into all of the callers, because there's so many interesting callers, so many interesting opinions. I love when the people speak their unfiltered thoughts and say all the things that I can't say because I have to be professional and politically correct. But Volume 9, I got a lot of thoughts on this card. And I got to say, honestly, I love this card. I truly do. And I know I'm always real big apologist for a lot of these cards because at the end of the day, it gives, as a media member, having events gives me something to cover, puts me to work. When you're putting me to work and putting me to make money, I'm never going to complain about you giving me the opportunity to have as many events as possible to cover if they're worth covering. But this card is special. This probably might be the first time a volume card doesn't shake up Champion of the Year ranking so drastically because we have a strong front runner. But there's still implications on it, and we're going to get to all of it. Let's start with the bottom of the card first. Shotgun Shook versus Real Name Brandon. Real Name Brandon, honestly, I gotta admit, man, he gets a lot of criticism that I think is unwarranted, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and defend Brandon. And I was actually very critical of his first round performance in Ultimate Madness 4 against Swervo, because I didn't really like the performance, and I thought Swervo slowly lost the battle because he didn't rap too many rounds for his first or his second round. Like, if Swervo had 30 more seconds of material, we might not be having this conversation about Real Name Brandon. I still feel that way. But nonetheless, I feel like, judging him off of, like, having a bye week in Ultimate Madness 4, which is out of his control, or him having so much rested time period because Next got into COVID protocols, and it's unfair to judge him for those things because Summer Madness, he was the only Ultimate Madness contestant that actually had to battle on a stage. Because UM 1, 2, and 3 were all in the caffeine room. He actually had, I would say, not only the most difficult degree of stage for the finals, but he had the most dominant performance in an Ultimate Madness finals thus far in the history of it. We only have 4, but still, he had the most dominant win in the finals. And in fact, that night on Summer Madness, he outperformed a lot of people. Some people named Murder Mook and Reed Dollars, who headlined the card and probably was a 6-figure battle, but that's beyond the point. I think Real Name Brandon has not scratched his ceiling yet. He hasn't even touched the surface of what he can be. So I'm looking forward to just seeing him elevate. He's in a win-win situation where at this point in time, you're not really looking for him to get clear wins. You're looking to see how good can he really be. And I think he hears all of this criticism. He hears all the people that are downplaying what he's done thus far. And he's taking note of that. So I think you're going to get a really good Real Name Brandon. And with Shotgun Shug, I know it's going to be a somewhat of a crowd this volume. It's going to be about 200 people in attendance, as reported. So I do think Shotgun Suge not battling in a traditional volume is good for him because obviously 200 plus people, you get the chance to actually get a Suge that can feed off of the crowd. Use that momentum to his ability. He has 1,000,001 moves in battle rap that just gets the people going. He's able to always fuel himself, have a moment, tap your pockets, say what's your life like. The list goes on of things that he can do. There might be some veteran lessons that Real Name Brandon has to learn. I'm just not all the way confident that Real Name Brandon has to learn them on December 18th. I'm actually going with Real Name Brandon 2-1 because nonetheless, look, man, Shotgun Suge's app record is a perfect indication of how his career has been the last 2 years. It's completely spiraled. It's completely gone off the grid. And I do believe that a lot of it, you know, he has a lot of losses. You can't defend 3 and 14 on the app. But what I will say is that a lot of those battles are against like versatile opponents, which I don't feel like he was capable of beating to begin with. So you can at least chalk up 5 of those losses, like him versus Chef Trez in Atlanta, him versus Pat Stay, him versus Rum Nitty, him versus Tay-Rock in the rematch. Like a lot of those matches already are just not favorable towards him, I guess, especially not in the span of popularity. So, but I'm not really looking into that. I'm more concerned with who Shotgun Suge has been his past 2 years, and even then, like I'm not receiving as much quality, high level performances. His best performance is his Pat Stay battle, and that's on the stage. Now, this may be a bigger room, but it's still not a stage. If this was on a stage, like a Summer Madness type stage, not has to be Summer Madness, but if it's just 500 to 1,000 people in attendance, I'm switching my pick. But because I know it's still in a small caffeine room, 200 people is a good size room, but it's not so much that Real Name Brandon can't say, I just rocked a 1,000 plus size venue. I think I'll be fine in the 200 size room in California. I'm going Real Name Brandon 2-1. All right, let's keep it moving though. KCJ versus Vixen the Assassin. I laugh at this because I can never remember a rivalry that the fans have been so fickle over. All right, November 2020, after Watch the Throne 4. When Vixen and First Lady Flames battled, everybody called Vixen the Wody. Casey did herself. She even tweeted it out. The tweet still existing. The tweet hasn't been deleted. You can search the tweet. She says Vixen for Woman of the Year. Vixen wins Woman of the Year. Everybody feels Casey was robbed, and it belonged to Casey. Then, we see them both perform a couple more times afterwards, and after Vixen runs into Loso, she kind of loses the allure that she had. And now people are like, oh, well, I think Casey was better than Vixen this entire time. And Casey goes through her entire UM3 run, and people are upset that her performances aren't up to par. But they're not as upset that the fact that her opponents are choking. Like, I didn't understand that. She's still winning, So I never seen somebody's stock almost drop while they're winning. She received so much criticism for it that people switched back to be on Vixen's side. But then when Vixen lost to C3, everybody went back over to Casey's side. Like it's I've seen the people flip flop over this battle so many times. It's rather insane. But I'm gonna be truthful with you. People say Vixen's more talented. I agree with that. Vixen has more range. Yeah, she could do a little bit more on the stage. Can she perform better? Yeah, you can point to that as well. She's outperformed Casey every time they've been on the card together as well. But I don't know how she will react in a bigger size room. Now, at least with Casey J, I've seen her against Miss Merck. I've seen her on a stage. I've seen her work that stage. And Casey just seen Jazz on the stage. She has the Bardashes in her corner, which obviously just helps her get better, progressively better over time. Her 2 losses this year are to 40 and Geechee, like 2 of the best battlers in that circuit. A potential 3-time champion of the year and one of the greatest female battle rappers of all time. Like, I don't think you're not losing to bad competition at that point. But I don't trust Vixen yet in a big room or a medium-sized room. I don't. And even more, after Summer Madness, a report came out from Vixen directly where she says battle rap doesn't need crowds. I'm guessing she saw Summer Madness and was dissatisfied with the way crowds were affecting battles. Civil War, Summer Madness happened a month apart. URL's back to doing crowded events. Something about the crowded events triggered her to the point where she says, battle rap doesn't really need crowds anymore. That's a red flag for me. It's a major red flag for me, honestly. So I also think that some of the things that she will do in front of Casey won't look as dynamic, but Casey J has all the opportunity in the world to be as direct, to attack Vixen, and I don't know. I buy low when everybody's selling. Everybody's selling on Casey, so I'm buying the Casey stock. Give me Casey 2-1. I will more than happy to be wrong about this, because ultimately what I want from them is to have a potential battle of the year. I want them to have a potential classic, because female battle rap needs that. All right, so let's move on with the card. We got Charlie Clips versus B-Dot. I love this battle, too. I know I've been saying this entire time. I love this card. But the reason why I love this battle, y'all guys know me. I'm a Charlie Clips apologist. I am a Charlie Clips apologist. I will say that again in all caps. Because truthfully, I don't feel like he gets to just do when he is running on like consistent performances, when he's doing very well. And I get it. Charlie Clips is peaked, all right? He's 70, maybe 80 plus battles into his career at this point. Like, you're not going to get the Charlie Clips of 2013, 2014. Like, if you're looking for that old Clips, go watch the old battles. But for him to still be competitive, be outside, and take some of the most challenging and hottest names out. Like, he just battled Chess before battling B-Dot. A couple years back, like, he went on a run and battled Twerk, Math, you know what I'm saying, Farrah. Did a 2-on-2, battled Geechee. Like, Charlie Clips is still outside. And more importantly, Charlie Clips, as funny as he is, humor is one of the weaknesses of B-Dot. I really feel like humor and comedic timing and relief of that sort causes this, I guess it just neutralizes B-Dot at times, right? Like, B-Dot is such a phenomenal rapper. He's so angle-based. He's very serious. He's like just attacking your character. And then Charlie Clips is going to go ahead and make you laugh. And that smile or that laugh or that chuckle for those brief 30 seconds is going to make you forget about the tense and seriousness of the round that B-Dot has. But at the same time, Clips is nowhere near of good of a rapper as B-Dot is. So, like, they both have their weaknesses towards each other with their biggest strengths, which makes the match so interesting because I don't know how either one of the two will approach each other. Expect a very surprising yet fun battle to come out of Charlie Clips versus B-Dot. All right, DNA versus Real Sick. I gotta take a pause for this one because I gotta be honest, man. Let me grab my LOM sweater. I'm not excited. I'm sorry, man. I don't know. Something about this match doesn't really give me the excitement as some of the other battles does. And I feel wrong for saying that because DNA's a professional, Real Sick's a professional. I know they're both going to give 110% effort. But I guess maybe it's just, I like to see Sick when he's like more angry or like more like tested. Like his Mike P and his Danny battles, like I like to see that him. I like to see that version of him a little bit more. Like Mike P kind of got under his skin a little bit with some of the slick comments he had about Real Sick prior to the battle. And Danny had the streak going. So, you know, Sick was determined to end that streak, which he ended up doing. I like that version of him more than the humble version of just respecting your competitors. Let's go to war. Let's put on a good battle. You know what I mean? Like, something about that gap just, like, I'm not going to get a good battle, but it's kind of like B-Dot and DNA too, right? Like, they put on a good battle. They were professionals. They were great. But, like, I don't really remember the battle. It didn't stay imprinted in my mind, especially when you're on the card with so much dynamic storylines and competitive battles and everybody trying to have performance of the night. Like, that's how a good battle like this just kind of gets lost in the shuffle. DNA's actually been, like, having Real Sick in the scope for months now. But funny enough, Real Sick, I think, was the first one to mention battling DNA on his face-off when he battled Kid Chaos last year. They asked Real Sick, who do you want to battle? He said Mike P and DNA. Ended up getting both of them the next year. I mean, this is still a phenomenal thing to have DNA in your resume. Like, Real 6 years has been nothing short of phenomenal. Mike P, headliner. First non-African American headliner on URL. Salute to that. Danny Myers, Arsenal, Av, Patch Day, 2-on-2 with B-Dot, now DNA. Like, for God's sakes, the man was number 17 last year in champion of the year rankings. He's probably going to end up number 4, 5, or 6 at worst. That's a jump. That's a leap. That's you have arrived. That's you becoming a perennial star in this league. In fact, Real Sick is number 5, I think. Or let me say this correctly. He's the 5th most booked artist on URL at 7 appearances. He's been booked 7 times this year. You don't get booked that many times if you're not really fucking good. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't have that backing behind the fans where they want to see you 7 times. Because for God's sakes, we saw Nex a few times and people call him a plant. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think the plant thing's I don't think it becomes in the amount of times I see you. It's just the demand of me wanting to see you. People are not saying anything about seeing Real Sick 7 times because they love Real Sick. And Real Sick has won the fans over. He's earned that. You know what I mean? I do feel like this battle will be very strategic. All angle based. DNA's gonna have angles. Real Sick's gonna have angles. It'll end up being a debatable battle. That's how I call it. Like, I don't think anybody walking away with a clear win unless somebody doesn't execute their game plan to their capabilities. I got this being a debatable. Salute to the battle. It's probably the only battle on the card I'm least excited about. But of course, I'm still gonna fucking watch. It's Real Sick and DNA. Like, it's still a fire battle. I know people love the battle. I'm just saying in totality of the card. It's, you know. Moving on. Easy to Block Captain versus Real Sick. I'm sorry. Easy to Block Captain versus K-Shine. Excuse me. I talked about this at the Radio Roulette show last week. This is just a momentum thing. You know what I'm saying? Of course, K-Shine, since last December, his Pat Stay battle, his Chilla Jones battle, his Hollow battle, 3 of his showings that he's not proud of. And actually a report came out where K-Shine said, end quote, I have not watched my last 3 battles back because I know my peers weren't proud of those performances. And I think he's also not proud of those performances neither, right? So at some point, you know, K-Shine is too great of a battle rapper for the slump to continue, right? The slump has to end. But does it end with Easy to Block Captain? That's what I don't know. Because Easy right now is just rolling, all right? Like, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again in case you haven't heard it in the past. Easy's last 4 battles on the app, all right? Not only does he lead in reactions for all those events, he had Performance of the Night with Danny, which is the headliner, Performance in Battle of the Night with T-Top, Performance of the Night on Gnome against T-Rex on a very stacked card with a bunch of stars, and Battle of the Damn Year with Chess on Summer Madness. So if my last 4 battles is Performance of the Night, Battle of the Night, Performance of the Night, Battle of the Year, I can't ask for a better 4 battle run than that. That's fucking incredible. All right? That's amazing. So it doesn't matter that K-Shine might be on a decline at this current time period. Whoever's standing in front of Easy, I'm picking Easy to Block Captain. It only makes it worse that K-Shine's on a decline because it makes you wonder, will you continue to see the decline occur or will things change? And my thing is, it doesn't matter if it changes. I think stylistically this is a tough matchup for K-Shine, even if he was performing very well. And Easy to Block Captain is rolling, has all the momentum, and his formula, it's successful. It's replicatable. He can tap into that bag and give high-level performances. It's sustainable. He can do this for a very, very long time, and he will do this for a very, very long time. All right, the main event. By the way, I'm picking Easy 2-1 if that wasn't clear. I don't agree with none of the Easy 30s. I don't agree with that. K-Shine is K-Shine. He's too great to count him out for all 3 rounds. Can he get 30'd? Yes, but I'm not predicting it. Now, the main event, Sousa versus New Jersey Twerk. One thing about this battle, I know we have a non-traditional volume crowd, which, you know, again, people say, oh, I'm not happy. This isn't a volume. Why even name it a volume if there's so many people? Bro, look, bro, we just had an empty room gnome. You know what I'm saying? Every battle on Caffeine is technically a volume size in as far as attendance because just change the name of the event. The attendance is still the same. I'm okay with the theme being thrown off. Everything has been thrown off the last 18 months. Like, I'm gonna accept it how it is. My problem though was Clearly, Surf's battles where he struggled on caffeine, low deluxe, 40 bars, were in a small size room. His battles where he had the most success on a stage, John and Calico. I was looking forward to see if he would go back to the small room to tackle an area where he struggled, to kind of like overcome that, right? And not that he has to prove anything to anybody, because he has good small room battles prior to that, but I was just interested to see if he was looking to tackle that room and say, yo, like, I can overcome this. And now there's 200 people in attendance, it's not really like the same situation. So, you know what I mean? And I want to say that crowd does help Surf. Not even help him, not that he needs it, but like obviously it's better than a smaller size room or an empty room. But that crowd also helps Twerk too. Like Twerk is probably arguably more dangerous to once you start to shrink the room as opposed to when you start to make the room bigger. You know what I mean? I feel like he's much more explosive and dominant and powerful sometimes in smaller to mid-sized rooms because he's able to captivate that room easier. Surf is great, but I haven't seen Surf take 3 battles in 90 days in forever, if ever, honestly. I think the closest he's ever come to this was 2016. He battled twice in like 30, 40 days, Shotgun Suge and T-Top. And then you can point back to 2013 and 2014. He battled Clips in December, Calico in January, but that's it. That's 2 battles. Now you're adding a third one with an extra 30 plus days. So I don't know if, I don't know the mileage on him there. You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering if he's going to be a little bit fatigued from 3 battles in 90 days because that is tough for a lot of people, especially tough for somebody like him that doesn't battle in volume. No pun intended. Twerk, though, he can prepare in a short amount of time. Like, this is right up his alley. Plus, Twerk can rebuttal. Twerk's more explosive. I just feel like Twerk's more talented than Surf as a battle rapper. If you put him on the stage, even playing field, I would probably pick Surf. You make the room smaller. You know what I'm saying? 500 or less, 200 or less, 100 or less. I feel like that the advantage goes to Twerk. That's how I feel, So I'm picking Twerk to take over for that. Picking Twerk 2-1. Ultimately, though, I think what we're going to get is a potential Battle of the Year contender. We're going to get a battle where both these guys are clearly performing at an insane level, and they create the most replayable value, one of the best battles on URL, one of the top 10 battles of the year. And this strengthens Surf's case to be a top 10 battle rapper this year on Champion of the Year. This strengthens New Jersey Twerk's case. That's the ultimate win-win. I don't feel like you're going to walk away with either of these two guys dirtying each other. They're going to go to war. They're going to have a great battle. I just feel like Twerk is just a little bit more talented, so that's going to help him edge out rounds or help him get the advantage to win certain rounds clearer than not. Well, yep, that's my Volume 9 predictions. We're going to go ahead and take callers here from moving forward. We got my man Lion Legacy. Let's go ahead and take this call.
Man, first and foremost, thank you for not doing this while I'm at work, man.
Hey, look, I'm trying to see what the people want. I'm free all day Monday. I can do mornings, I can do afternoons, I can do evenings. I got to see what the market calls for.
Man, I'll be listening. I'll be like, damn, I know I could get like 2 minutes in, but I got to get back out there.
What's the word, Lion Legacy?
All right, boom. So we're talking about Snack Spatial Audio. So,
oh my God,
we already know. I got Suge 2-1. Honestly,
I need to hear it.
I got Vixen 2-1, but if we're talking Wody, I still don't got Vixen up there. I still see Casey being.
No, that's a whole other discussion. We'll leave that alone. Just the battle.
Bet.
Just the battle.
Bet. I got Vixen 2-1. Reason why, Vixen's more entertaining to watch. Casey's great. Casey Penn is great. But it's something about Casey's performance, and when she delivers sometimes, it's not always hitting. It's not. I like what Casey says. I like Casey's material. It's the way she delivers it and how she performs it. That's what doesn't work for her. As opposed to Vixen, that's like battling a DNA. Even if the bar isn't that crazy, the performance is. Like, my fault. Somebody tried calling me. Nobody could sleep on that, man. Like, Vixen performance is great. And I feel like that's what got Vixen to where she's at, and that's what's going to get Vixen really far with this battle. I got that a 2-1. I think she's going to edge a few rounds, because this is a battle that was building up. So I know Casey got something in the pocket. I know she do. This girl made it to the semifinals of the tournament. She got something in the pocket. Don't sleep on Casey. Now, my bias battle.
All right. This why it's here we go. Let's hear it.
You know I like this one, man. Charlie Clips versus B-Dog.
I like this match too, man. I'm not against it. I like the battle.
I like it. I got Clips winning. I'm going to be 100% with y'all. 2-1 Clips. Easy. Clear. I don't care what anybody say. You can't convince me nothing. Everybody told me Clips was going to lose to Twerk. 30 clear. I was in that building. I was the 1 out of 7 people going for Clips, and I was right when Clips beat Twerk. So I got Clips beating B-Dog. Y'all got anything to say? At Lion Legacy. Hit me up. We could talk about it. We could talk about this all day and night. I got Clips 2-1. There's nothing I really got to talk about that with. Now, this is the only, I lied, 2 debatable battles on the card.
Okay.
DNA versus Real Sick is going either way.
Yo, I talked to DNA recently, and I saw Real Sick over the weekend, and I told both of those brothers, like, you're going to have a debatable. Like, there's just no way around it. Like, I would be shocked if one of you guys don't execute and wins clearly. Like, it's going to be a debatable battle. That's how I feel.
So, I like Real Sick. I've always said I like Real Sick. But if you really look at Real Sick's year, he doesn't have too many clear wins. He's like a Geechee. He's either going to make it a debatable or that's it.
Let's burst that narrative, right? Because I feel like, the Arsenal and the Danny battles, those are clear wins, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't have too many of them. The same way Geechee doesn't have.
What about Mike P?
It's debatable to people. That's a preference battle. I had Real Sick winning, but I've also seen people say Mike P won. So it's like I get what people say about that, but it's not taken away from him. He's still incredible. Like, look at the Av battle. I had Av winning, but some people got Sick winning. So I feel like Sick doesn't lose. He gives you great competition. Going against DNA, Sick can't lose. At this, he has nothing to lose this battle. He only has to gain. And I think this is a perfect time for him, perfect opportunity for him. Same way, like, when we get to Easy to block Captain and K-Shine, Easy has nothing to lose. Like, they're both going to be solidified whether this battle is debatable or they win clear. It's just that simple. Now, the DNA battle, it really comes down to the DNA end, which we know DNA is going to show out. We know DNA is going to perform. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be a great battle all around. Honestly, I can't say there's going to be a battle of the year contender, but I think that battle on the card can be a battle of the night. Surf and Twerk still there, but that could be a battle of the night right there.
Okay.
And I think that it's a sleeper, most definitely, like a sleeping battle of the night. People low-key is going to be like, oh, shit, this is crazy. Because both of these dudes correct. And if Real Sick does that shit where he does his the beat on the chest and all of that, that's just going to be fire, bro. That's just going to be fire. Now, this is the one I know people are not going to agree with me on. I got Easy 30.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
Nah, it's not even that. Like,
no, it's too late. You can't walk it back. You already said it.
You're right. No, it's still 30. Still 30. Shine has not been the Shine. He hasn't been. You know what I mean? And Shine obviously had a lot on his plate. You know what I mean? Shout out him and his family for staying strong for the things they've been through. But Shine got a lot on his plate, man. And I still like seeing Shine. But I've said this before. Shine to me, and it's going to kind of sound like the whole Vixen thing, like it's contradicting, but Shine to me overperforms for something really small. Actually making me really small, you kind of see it coming. It's just his performance that shakes it. And I don't think performance is going to work against Easy at all. I just don't think it's going to phase whatever Easy say or do. Like, Easy's not a performer. You got to talk to me, man. We having a conversation. I don't care what kind of circus you're doing over there. We having a conversation to talk different.
The caffeine chat is not appreciative of your K-Shine disrespect, and they feel K-Shine's legacy is warranted a round of respect.
I do respect K-Shine. He's gonna be good. Easy 3-0. We've seen things like this happen before. Easy 3-0 doesn't mean that K-Shine gonna be ass. Easy 3-0. Y'all got a problem? At Lion Legacy. Get at me. I will easily talk about it. What y'all want to do? I ain't afraid of no fence. I'm here for all the smoke, baby. Come on, man. And then where my waivers at? Because I got served 2-1. I don't care what anybody say. I got served 2-1. Jersey 2-1. That's how this battle's gonna go regardless. This is gonna be a great battle. This battle, I'm pulling out the Hennessy. This battle, I'm smoking a blunt. This battle, I don't want nobody to bother me. I got hot lemon pepper wings waiting for me. This is going to be the battle to close the year out.
This is the battle where you hand the baby off to the mother and like
Straight
close the door.
Straight to the mother. I don't want nobody to bother me. Nobody. What? I'm hyped for. I'm not gonna be yelling or cheering or nothing for the rest of the battles until I get here. Because man, I'm gonna feel like I'm in Jersey. I'm putting a hoodie on with them. All right, shout out to M3S3.
All right,
I'm putting on a hoodie. I'm jumping with twerk. I'm strapped in. But hey, there's also rounds I can't get out, man. I'm gonna love this battle, bro. I'm gonna love this battle. Shout out to this. It's gonna be a debatable, but I got served 2-1. This is definitely a preference battle. We all like twerk. We all like surf. Both of these dudes are so far undefeated this year. I lied. Twerk lost to Jaden Nightwing. But both of these dudes it's going to be a great battle, man. They're on one right now. Perfect way to close out the year. There's going to be a stamp in the history. Like, you can't take that away.
All right, Lion Legacy. I like those predictions, man. Those are pretty level-headed besides the K-Shine losing 3-0. I'm going to bring in Malcolm. Don't go nowhere. Go ahead, Malcolm, man. You got the speaker role on Radio Roulette. Let's talk battle rap. Volume 9. Predictions.
Yeah, what's going on? Can you hear me right?
We can hear you loud and clear.
All right, good. So starting from the bottom, Suge and real name Brandon. I got Suge 2-1.
Okay.
I'm just going off of veteran presence. I think that Suge kind of matches everything that real name Brandon does. Obviously, real name Brandon maybe it's a little bit more nuanced with his punching, but in terms of presence, in terms of performance, in terms of projection.
Oh, yeah, but that's not his fault. That's not his fault.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault, but I'm looking at the fact of like the people that he's going against has been pretty much a layup. And now even when you look at like his performance on Summer Madness,
right?
Like his energy was just overpowering. Right, MVP just couldn't match it. And I don't think like this is one of those uphill battles for him that he's going to actually have to show me that he can beat Suge. So I actually got Suge 2-1 in this battle. And then Vixen. Again, being a medium-sized crowd, Vixen's just a little bit more. She has a little bit more performance, a little bit more. Like not only people calling her the paper champion, but also like just the reception of her last couple of battles. And I feel like people have been a little bit hard on Vixen this year because her 2 losses came to like a really good C3 and a really, really good Loso. So judging off of that metrics, I'm going with Vixen 2-1.
You know what the problem is I have with everybody picking Vixen, and I have a problem with your breakdown? Is everybody says Vixen's style is made for a crowd, but we have not seen Vixen really battle on the stage. At least I've seen Casey at the top over in Richmond when she destroyed Miss Merck. I can trust Casey on the stage. I have not really seen Vixen in that setting. Like, how are you guys so confident?
Because the thing is though is like So you did mention Miss Merck, but Miss Merck was just a punching bag.
Well, this isn't about the opponent. It's about their performance on the stage. About the performance on the stage.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though, but like even still, like I feel like Vixen's. I just feel like her style is going to translate. I don't think Casey's going to be bad. I'm just edging it off of just who can entertain the crowd more. You know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be preference. I know there's going to be people that's going to.
Let me give you a big red flag too. Let me give you another red flag to burst your bubble. After Summer Madness weekend, here's a report from Vixen herself. End quote. I feel like battle rap doesn't need to be back on the stages. I prefer the small rooms. Her watching that Summer Madness crowd probably makes me feel like she saw that crowd and feels like she can't adapt to it.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand.
So I feel like you guys think she can do better on the stage than she probably thinks herself. That's just how I feel.
I will say this though. I do think obviously Casey's a little bit more seasoned in terms of experience. Like even in her Queen of the Ring days, she already had like a little bit of a buzz, whereas it took Vixen a little bit more time to gain traction. So I will say she's a little bit more seasoned in that aspect.
Right.
But again, I just feel like Vixen's just a little bit more electric. Like, am I wrong in saying that?
I mean, yeah, she's been more electric in the small rooms, but now that we got a little bit of an audience, I have to see it. I still got to see it. And the thing is, her electricity, I feel like, was partly of shock value, not discrediting Vixen. Vixen is a very good battle rapper, no doubt. But I do feel like the allure and the shock value of who Vixen was when she first came in is gone now. And so, can her material performance carry her through all that? While Casey already knows what to do. Casey's been in this room 6 times.
Yeah. I mean,
now 7.
But at the same time, I'm also looking at it from the standpoint of like, okay, has Casey had a better performance than Vixen's performance against Shuni this year?
No, Vixen's outperformed Casey all the time. That's fine. But their sample size when they're on the card together or individual battles, it's not going to be the same case when they're face to face. We can point to plenty of people that have outperformed somebody, but when they get in front of that specific opponent,
it's different.
Understood.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right, well, that's real quick. So sorry to cut you off. So this is guaranteed 500, 600 people in this room, right?
Nah, I just read a comment from my man JB. He says it'll be the same size of like Gnome, and I believe Gnome had about maybe 100 plus, 150 plus maybe. So I think it'll be just enough of an energy where it feels like a bigger audience and actually is physically present. Around 200 people, he just confirmed.
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing it now. So, all right. So that's definitely going to be Vixen. I was thinking it was like a bigger stage. I feel like Vixen will probably gas out, to be honest with you.
All right, Malcolm, go ahead. Keep going with your predictions, bro.
Yeah. So Vixen Casey can go like either way. I just feel like Vixen just a little bit more like she's gonna get the crowd on that side early. I feel like, just my opinion. Charlie Clips and B Dot.
Mm-hmm.
This is a tricky battle because it's like we've always like said like okay, B Dot is very angled based. And, like, it seems as if his angles don't hit, there's nothing else he can really rely on. Not to say he's not a good rapper, but he's obviously angle-based. And I feel like Clips has a way of, like, him and Pat stay like the ultra neutralizers, right? So anytime you, like, throw an angle their way, it's very easy for them to, like, shrug it off and for the crowd not to really care. And so with that, I might go with Clips 2-1, even though I feel like if B-Dot is a smidget of what he was against Av in terms of, like, just his overall aggression alongside of the angles and alongside of like how like good he was rapping, it still will be like a preference battle. But I just think Clips is just too seasoned in terms of like knowing how to like maneuver through like people's angles and stuff like that, and just his freestyling ability alongside of like being very charismatic. I just feel like this is going to be I think it's a tough battle for both, but I guess I'm going with Clips in this battle.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Like, they both kind of have the exact same weakness. Like, Clips is real, like, I don't want to say elementary, but we already know what he does. It's 4-bar build-ups compared to somebody that's weaving out of so many different pockets and multis and it can rap as well as B-Dot. So, like, that already is a layer that Clips has to deal with. But on the flip side, being funny and having comedic timing is a huge weakness to B-Dot if you know how to use it properly. I feel like when B-Dot battles Swave, right, you can point to like Swave's opener in the second round Swave's like, I'm black, y'all.
Right.
I'm black, y'all. And the whole crowd started saying it with him. And then everybody just started laughing and cheering. And he just stole all the momentum and seriousness from B-Dot. Of course, Swave couldn't capitalize off it because he doesn't really have the IQ, probably as like a Charlie Clips would. But I can trust Charlie Clips to be funny enough to break something up that B-Dot's doing. And he's going to make B-Dot laugh at some point.
I think that also works because of how he battled Chess, too. Because like how Chess was rapping, and then Charlie Clips come out with the comedy, and in a way his 4-bar setups are just like even though you know they're coming, it still hits because people are saying it with you now. So I think that kind of helps with him.
And another thing to highlight is that like when Clips is aggressive, it makes it look away because like we're used to Clips being like super like funny or whatever, but like when you see him be like a little bit more like even in the Geechee Gotti battle, like his first round he came out like very aggressive. Even if he didn't say anything that was like super crazy, the optics of it made it look like he was like going off, if that makes sense. So he just has so much. I just feel like Clips has so much to work with in that battle. So I got Clips 2-1. But I do feel like B-Dot's gonna have this crazy third and make us like second guess if Clips won or not. But for the most part, I feel like Clips is gonna win.
DNA real sick.
Oh man, this is another tough one. I call this a vet move. I feel like DNA been lining up sick all year. This reminds me of when Geechee was on his run in 2019 and Verb was kind of staring at him from the background all year saying, oh yeah, this guy's a killer, he's one of us, and yada yada yada, and then he caught him in 2020 and arguably beat him on that Gnome stage. And I feel like DNA kind of did the same thing because if you remember, DNA battled Luke Castro on Born Legacy X, and Real Sick battle beat Magic on Born Legacy X in that store too. And I feel like ever since then he's been kind of eyeing him. And I feel like vets have this thing of where like they eye people from afar, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of play cool with them or whatever, and just find a way to kind of pick away their style and just like, you know what I'm saying, just pretty much prep for the time of which when they're ready to battle him. And I feel like DNA's been ready to battle Real Sick. And I also look at the fact that DNA's been battling rappers all year. Like he battled Av in a small room, B-Dot in a small room, King Los in a small room. And he hasn't really relied on anything but his rapping. So we have to give him credit for that. So, I mean, I guess with that being said, I got DNA 2-1, even though I feel like Real Sick have this way of making his, I wouldn't say make his opponent look small, but his aggression can kind of like sway the audience a little bit too. Like you look at the Mike P battle, even though I feel like they kind of both had great material, I just feel like his aggression and delivery made it look a little bit more dominant or whatever. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with DNA still though. I feel like he lined Real Sick up in this particular battle.
Easy and K-Shine, and we talked about this in the past.
Yeah, and I still feel the same way. I got K-Shine 2-1 in this battle. Again, I feel like this is another situation. I think it was genius that Uncle Raw released that interview or whatever, where I forget where they're outside of. They're outside of some event or whatever.
Yeah, they're outside of bullpen. They were arguing. Yeah.
They was arguing with one another. So and then in the trailer you see that they were both sparring with each other for Summer Madness. Easy was sparring with K-Shine his first round against Chess or whatever, and you can kind of see that like there's already that respect factor there. And like I mentioned before with you on the other space, it's very hard for a person to have a classic battle and capitalize off of that going into the next battle. You look at Tay-Rock when he battled Hollow, he had a debatable with Goods, and then he kind of lost to Hitman after that. You look at what other example did I use? I'm trying to remember. But anyway, like it's very hard for people to battle to combat like that expectation of what they did in their last classic battle, because people subconsciously have like this expectation of how well they're supposed to perform going into the next one. So I feel like that kind of plays into Shine's it kind of plays into Shine's favor, and also him being kind of an ultra underdog kind of helps as well too. And then it's like it's a good enough crowd for Shine to use his performing tactics, but not to where like you feel like he has to overperform. And like I forget who mentioned this, but this is kind of a battle that's in his ballpark. He's not expected to be super lyrical. He's just expected to go in there and do him. And with his veteran, experience, I feel like he can actually pull this win off. I feel like this is one of the upsets that can actually happen. Like, there's always one, like, it's always that one person when they're on a run, they go against a veteran and kind of get derailed a little bit. Not to say this is going to be a derailment, but I feel like Sean is going to show Easy a couple things or two.
How the tables have turned, and we have to use the word K-Shine and upset in the same sentence, and it's not against him.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
The main event, what you think of it?
I got a lot of backlash for saying this, but I actually got Twerk 2-1. I feel like this is gonna sound weird, but I feel like I'm still kind of hesitant to go with Surf off the merit of him battling 3 times in 1 year on URL. Now, he's battled 3 times in 1 year before, but it was on like other leagues and stuff like that. Like he had to, like in 2015, he had a battle with Averb, he had a battle with Rex, he had a battle with a couple other people. But like obviously he treated it like that. He called it the Rucker or whatever, so he really didn't care too much about it. But now him having 3 battles on URL in this short of a span, I never really seen Surf circle the block as effective and as like quickly as he's done before. I was already kind of surprised that he had a good performance against Calico. Not to say he couldn't do it, but we haven't seen him do it, right? So that was just two battles. So imagine him doing 3 in the span of 90 days. And he's even said that it's pretty tough for him to do that. Whereas we see Twerk, and like, even though it hasn't worked all the time, we've seen Twerk prepare 3 days, 4 days before his battle and have flawless performances and stuff like that. And I feel like with Twerk kind of being used to like prepping with like a month or so, he's a little bit more he has a little bit more ammo than I feel like Surf has. I feel like Surf is heavily reliant on having those 1 battles a year where he can kind of rely on his comeback ability, people looking forward to seeing him and such. And I don't know if that's gonna play a good role in this particular battle. So I actually got Twerk 2-1 off the merit of he might be a little bit fatigued going into this battle, but I still feel like it's going to be a good battle though.
No, that's a good breakdown. I personally just feel like Twerk is a little bit more talented than Surf. Like, he can prep in shorter time, he can rebuttal, he can be more explosive, he can tower over him. Surf might be able to be a better performer, but they're not on the stage, so I feel like Twerk is just as dangerous in a small room, if not more, than he is on the stage. So I feel like he just has more utilities equipped to beat Surf in this environment. But
I don't like how like Surf alluded to it a little bit, but he pretty much like, I feel like this got under Twerk's skin a little bit if you paid attention. Like, he kind of said that like Twerk is just a screamer, and I feel like he is misdiagnosing how lyrical Twerk can be, because Twerk has dumbed down his material a lot for the sake of just trying to be more palatable to the audience. So, but I feel like Surf is kind of underestimating how lyrical Twerk can be in these volume settings. So,
all right, man, don't go nowhere, man. Let's go ahead and bring my man Culture Talk Bev. You know what I'm saying? What's the word, my guy? You go ahead and unmute yourself. Going once, going twice. Sold. All right, man. Come back around when you're ready, man. Let's bring in my man, permanent guest. This guy, before he even speaks, I just want to let everybody know that's listening, especially if you listen to the show on the audio version of the show. This is one of the more funner guests you'll hear, so enjoy yourselves. Permanent guest, the floor is yours.
What is good, my people?
What's the word, man?
I'm black people. I'm not Caucasian. How y'all doing, man?
I didn't say you were. I didn't say you were this time. I got it. You corrected me.
All right.
You're Nigerian, like you said, right?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. All right, bro. Volume 9 predictions. Let's get it.
Start from the bottom. Real name Brandon is being set up. Suge can rap. And real name Brandon is not there yet. He's not ready. This one, he could probably get a round out of it, because I don't think Suge is going to bring that full 3rd round, but we'll see about it. It's going to be pretty clear. Vixen versus KCJ.
Oh, it sounds kind of distracted, man. It sounds like you're walking through the woods. Like, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Just getting some nature out here, man.
KCJ versus Vixen.
I got Vixen. Somebody mentioned her about being on the stage, and you can say what you want about nerves, but once she gets that first or second bar out and gets the reactions, she's comfortable. I think she's a better writer. I think she has more aggression, so that's going to be hard to overcome for someone like KCJ, who can't even match that.
Are there birds in the background? There's birds chirping?
No, man, just some seagulls.
Hey, bro, hold on. You living lavish right now, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, my brother. We just chilling, man. We just did.
Yeah, you can't make this up, man. All right. I like your take for Casey and Vixen. Keep it rolling, bro.
Who's next?
We got Charlie Clips versus B-Dot.
Man. It's another rookie versus vets feel. Clips is different, and Clips right now is an active battler. He's one of the top five. One of the top five, and so I think B-Dot's going to get a really strong round in there. That's going to people say, oh, that might win the battle, but all 3 rounds, I don't think B-Dot can hang with Charlie Clips. He's just way too well-rounded of a battle rapper.
Okay. Not mad at it. We talked about this last week. K-Shot and Easy, but has anything changed for you?
Nothing has changed. Easy with the 3-0.
There you go.
Not quite a body, but Easy is going to be the face of battle rap 2022. You heard it here first.
All right. There we go. We got one. Stamped it. DNA and Real Sick.
And let me just say, please don't hang up on me this time. Real Sick is overrated.
Oh! Whoa!
He is overrated.
What made you go with that verse?
Come on, Beach Man. Don't
Wait, Lion. Let him go, Lion. Let him go. Go ahead. He got the floor. Let him go.
Look, man. He hasn't been tested. He has his style, his aggression. But as far as somebody with bars, that's not easy with the DNA on a big stage. DNA's been there, done that, bought the T-shirt. Real Chick didn't even beat Pat Stay. Let's talk about that. And so when we're talking about going up against a seasoned battler and you don't have the bars to hang with them, you can't freestyle with them, you can't rebuttal with them, he is in trouble. I got DNA with a 3-0 body.
Look, I know Pat Stay is a threshold if you want to use him to discredit Sick. I feel you. But who does beat Pat Stay clearly? He competed against Pat Stay. He competed against Av. I have him losing those. But, it's not like he just flat out got killed in those battles. He was good in those battles.
He didn't, but here's the thing. People are talking about him like he's the next big thing in battle rap. But real talk, he's not. So he said champion of the year. How is he champion of the year when he's having debatable or losses in the battles this year? Come on. He's an overrated battler. You're going to see it on Saturday. There's levels to this.
Oh, my God.
He's not on DNA's level whatsoever. Go ahead and at me after this. Just like that gentleman said, I will be right, and I'm not apologizing to nobody this time.
All right, Lion Legacy, Malcolm, I'll let y'all respond. Do y'all think Real Sick is overrated?
Man, this beach is killing you, bro.
I don't necessarily think he's overrated. I do think that that's like the trife of being like a up and comer who's making a lot of noise. If it seems as if when you're making too much noise, a lot of the stuff get amplified. So I guess I can kind of see where you're coming from, but I wouldn't say overrated because I feel like there's a lot of times where he went into battles and people felt like he was kind of the underdog. Even in the Av battle, people weren't overwhelmingly saying he was going to beat Av. Just like the Mike P battle, people weren't overwhelmingly saying he was going to beat Mike P either. And he's having good showings in these, so I don't see how he's overrated.
We probably hang out in different circles then, man. But
I said it earlier, Real Sick has a lot of debatables. I'm not gonna say he wins every battle, clearly, but to say he's overrated, looking from what he did with the tournament to battling B Magic to just going all the way to Av, Mike P, Arsenal, the 2-on-2, Real Sick has that caliber. So I do see the effect that my man was talking about, because look how they treat Nitty. It becomes to a point to where people put you up on so high of a pedestal. But I still cannot say this man is overrated.
Well, let's be clear. Overrated does not mean bad. It just means that people are talking about you like you're a top 5 champion of the year this year when you're not, and when you can't hang with some of the best.
How is he not in the conversation?
He's debatable top 5.
Okay, you can say top. I'll give you top 10, but top 5, that's a little bit too far.
I feel like he's in the conversation if you look at in terms of consistency, in terms of his performances over the year, and in terms of his strength of schedule. I mean, how does he not have a case at least?
Nah, you got Easy, Rum Nitty, Geechee, A Ward. I mean, you got a lot of people by the way.
Question: Is Rum Nitty's strength of schedule harder than Real Six this year?
Well, what does strength of schedule matter? You can't like.
I mean, it kind of does though, because it's it's okay. Go ahead.
You cannot play defense in battle rap. It's about you bring 3 fire rounds every time. Rum Nitty's rounds have been better. He's had better bars, better rounds than Real Sick.
Yes, but at the same time, it has to measure up to what another person is saying. And if you're going against, like, you know, the best of the best, as in, not to say Nitty hasn't, but if you're going against, like, one of the better people, month in, month out, I feel like, you know, is you're going to catch more losses than you are if you're, like, a Rum Nitty who's, no offense, battling, like, an NXT, battling, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a difference in competition level.
Yeah,
I feel like
Sirius Jones, Geechee, I mean...
You know what, though? I think it's two different conversations, though, because Nitty's had 4 rematches this year, right? So, like, that already is difficult within itself. And the thing about Real Sick is that, like, we're still figuring out how good he can be. Like, him on the stage, that's his test. If your first 2 main stage battles in front of a big crowd is Av and Patch Day, and you don't die in neither one, that's fine if you take your lumps and losses. This is the time for you to take those lessons and losses against veterans. But I don't know. Overrated is kind of strong. I do feel you where I do think some people kind of lie, right? Like when the Av battle happened, like personally, I think Av won every round. But we were just happy to see Sick perform well. And that isn't the case for a lot of people. Like some people like don't get that luxury of, oh, I performed very well even though I got gentleman's 30. But that's his first time on the stage. That's okay. You feel me? But I don't know.
All right. I need new friends then, man, because y'all talking real, but everybody in my circle says that he's the best thing ever. But where are we at, man? Where are we at on this card?
Let's keep rolling, man. We got one left to go. Surf in New Jersey Twerk.
Man, oh man, oh man. Y'all gonna hate me again? Again, don't hang up on me. Surf has better riders than New Jersey Twerk.
Wait, what?
All that bouncing around like Eddie from Tekken is not gonna help Twerk. I don't even think he's going to bring him.
It was Next who sent you.
That what?
It must have been Next who sent you the plan. Because you're going crazy right now.
I don't know that nigga. I don't know that nigga. Anyway, no, I got Surf. Real talk, jokes aside. Actually, I was being serious. But Surf is just he's going to go off that star power. He has momentum behind him. His riding is better. Twerk is a little bit too lazy of a rider. And I don't think that's going to fly with somebody like Surf in front of him. So I got Surf 2-1, possibly 3-0. 3-0 on Cam.
I'm befuddled. I don't even know what to say. I'll let you guys go first.
I can't. It's Twerk we talking about, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. Twerk isn't coming out great performances. He's not getting 30 at all.
No,
I got
wait.
2-1.
Y'all,
and are you taking into account that, like, and I mentioned this before, that Surf is battling short notice, pretty much in like a 90-day span, and that may take a toll on him since he's never done that before?
That's fine. He's more active these days. I think he's better when he's active versus when he's not, and coming off of that. I mean,
So
but here's
this thing. Oh, go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
But the thing about Twerk, like, I'll say this: he's come off great performances, but when you look at it bar for bar, he hasn't done anything special. He's come off of performing on stage and being aggressive, but y'all treat him like a special kid or something, because anytime he gets 3 full rounds out, y'all applaud for him. Because everybody's used to him choking, that y'all underrated him at this point. Y'all said if he gets 3 rounds out, it's going to be amazing. He got 3 rounds out, and now y'all say, okay, he's back.
I mean, people said the same thing about Surf, though, so wouldn't that be kind of the same argument? Because that's kind of been the same thing that's said about Surf in terms of him getting special treatment. Like, he literally said that he told Smack in the second round, you want that 3rd round? Okay, I got you. And everybody went crazy. So, like, you can't really use that for only Twerk, too.
Now, the way I see this also is I don't like going to the past like that, right? So I don't want to go back to years before where they both messed up, because we're talking about this year alone. This year, both of these dudes been crazy fired. You know what I mean? So if Surf gave us 3 or 6 solid rounds, and we got 6 solid rounds from Twerk, what makes you think Twerk would lose that? Because Twerk went crazy against Tay Rock. Like, look at Twerk's 3rd round. He went insane.
You forgot about the tournament already. The tournament was this year, wasn't it?
The tournament was this year, but look what he done after.
Yeah. Nigga didn't bring 2 rounds. Like, come on, man.
Brody, I'm talking about 6 solid rounds from like the past 2 battles. But I'm not mad at you for saying like Surfer's gonna win. You know what I mean? It's just I think there should be more respect on Twerk's name as well. You're right. The tournament he did mess up big time. I'm not taking that away from him. You know what I mean? He did. But after that, Twerk has definitely been stepping up, whether it was off major league battles or whether just a battle itself, like doing all of it on URL. He's been solid. You know what I mean? I just say give the battle the respect for that.
There's respect. I just think when it comes down to the actual writing, performance for performance, they're going to be equal. Like Surf, I fully believe if Surf were not a battle rapper, he'd be a pastor. He knows how to talk. Great diction, knows when to pause and all that.
So you don't think Twerk has a good pen at all? Like even scratch out this year. I've seen him on multiple volumes where he's had like impeccable material. So you don't feel like he can tap back into that this time around?
I think he has a good pen. I would not say a great or amazing pen, but the best times I've seen him writing were in the small rooms and small league battles. And so on the big stage, I think he's going to gear it more towards let me get the crowd hype, but that's not going to be enough for someone like Surf. And look, man, I'm not a Surf fan per se. I'm waiting for him to get humbled after all this trash he's been talking on everybody's IG Live. But I think Surf is going to come out with the win here.
You know what? I think on that note, we're going to go ahead and bring in the next round of Roulette. Permanent guest, as always, man.
All right, y'all. Y'all be good.
You stole the show. I'll speak to you soon.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one. That's an automatic can't-lose battle for him. He's not a big fan. He said Twerk's pen is good, not great. He can't wait for Surf to get humbled. So he wins either way, no matter what happens, I guess. Whoever loses that battle. Lion and Malcolm, I appreciate y'all, man. Let me go ahead and bring in the next round of speakers. Salute to y'all, my brother. Salute to y'all. And let's go ahead and bring in Savage Vandross, my man Savage Vandross.
My brother.
Yo, what's up?
What's the word, man? You heard a lot of takes today. I'm sure you might have some things you want to respond to, but go ahead and give your Volume 9 predictions and feel free to respond to any comments you've heard so far this evening.
Listen, man, I gotta get spiritual, so I'm gonna do Shine and Easy Last because that one's near and dear to me. I got DNA over Real Sick 2-1.
Okay.
I think like Sick, he's an angler, but basically all the angles you could really use against DNA have been used, and I'm kind of tired of the little Biden one. So it was like I'm not sure what Sick can really touch on that hasn't already been touched on ad nauseum against DNA. That's really gonna hit like everybody else has done. You know, he's faced B-Dot. B-Dot's already touched it. He just came off the Los battle. I think DNA plus with the rebuttals and the freestyle ability, I just think he's going to be a little bit more polished and Sick and be able to pull that one out. When you get to Brandon and Suge, at first I was kind of favoring Brandon because Suge's been. But then I think about Suge from the past, and he doing construction work on Ave and things like that. I think Suge has that ability to grasp the crowd, especially if he's motivated. This is his return. He knows the stages is coming back, and I feel like Suge has to have a good showing. So I'm kind of flipping on that one. I'm kind of going with Suge. This could be a debatable because it's kind of like a mirror match, but I'm going with the pocket check Don. So, you know, I'm going to roll with Suge on that one.
Nice.
I got KC2-1 over Vixen. I don't know what y'all been smoking up in here. Y'all got that good shit because, listen, yeah, Vixen actually did have a small crowd in the riot. So she has, like, performed in front of some crowds. But when you actually break down the bars and the rapping, like, Casey can rap. Like, when she was rapping with 40, 40 smoked her boots. Man, she pushed her hairline back farther than Harriet Tubman's. But at the same time, Casey was rapping. And I just think Casey's going to be able to perform better. And you also got to look at who you keep around you. Casey's circle, she has Jazz and Official. Those are perfect people to spar with, to bounce things off of. And I think it's going to help her come this battle. So I'm edging Casey with that one. And I got Clips over B-Dot. I just feel like B-Dot, he can angle, he can do all that stuff. But the way Clips can diffuse something and then change it around and break you down, he's probably going to hit, he's going to hit him with the one fish, two fish. I think B-Dot's catching. He's got it coming. He's going to Dr. Umar that. I sense a couple of Dr. Umar bars coming, you know. But and then the battle I'm looking forward to the most is my man Surf. I got Surf 2-1 clear. I don't know, y'all niggas be on that wild we talking about twerk and bouncing all that little wild shit. Y'all listen, man. Like twerk, he say some good shit. You know, he got the small intestine bars. He got a lot of dope bars. But when you actually break down, you start listening to what Surf is saying. Surf saying shit that hits you. Like if you even go to this year, when he said, I got rounds in me, I still can't get out. Like that shit that impacts you. Especially like, from a street culture and the way you look at things. Mm-hmm. Like Twerk can say some dope shit, but Surf will say some dope shit that actually hits you in your soul. Like when he against Hitman, when he said that Rock trying to get smacked down. It's ways that he does it. And I'm like, man. So I got Surf 2-1. But when we get to Shine versus Easy Lord, I feel like we're going to church because I feel like we're going to a funeral service.
Wait, what? Whoa. What is happening?
It's like we all gather here today, my brother, for the coronation of Easy the Black Captain. As we lay the rest K-Shine, the man who walked the verb, the man who co-founded NWX. He's going to get his ass smoked. I got 30. I got Easy coming through and Bond K-Shine. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. This is the same man who was before the shot, after the shot by gun titles. He don't get gun title again. I got Easy with a clear smoking. I ain't joking. I ain't even thought provoking. I got Easy coming through. Body and Shine. This isn't the Shine that was pop locking and dropping it on JC to the Smooth Criminal.
Oh my God.
The same Shine that was out here doing his thing, getting, debatables in a small room against Geechee with the gas. No, this is the Shine that's about to get his ass spanked. Okay, I got Easy coming through, man. I don't know what you would do. Hey, you talking about writers, man, he better call T-Top. DNA, he better call Jesus, because that's the only way I can save him. Jesus can save your soul at this time, son, because ain't nobody else gonna save it. Easy 3. I'm just
You know what? That's the only easy 3-0 prediction I'm gonna let rock. All right, that's the only one. All right, that's it. The day Radio Roulette has peaked this evening. That's it.
I'm just saying. Can I get an amen from the congregation about this 30? Shine's going to bed. I'm just telling you. Follow me with the Savage Vandross.
Yo, Savage, man, don't go nowhere, man. Let me go ahead and bring Jameer Pond up. Oh my God, man, that was fantastic. Jameer, you have a tough act to follow. I'm sorry you had to be after this.
Oh, I'm definitely not following that. I opt out. I don't have many theatrics. So
wait, real quick. Do you have an amen for the service of K-Shine? Do you have an amen?
Fuck no. Look, I already explained this to you, bro. People really play with K-Shine's name. I don't like it. I don't prefer it. It's not my ministry. K-Shine vulnerable, like being exposed the way he was in his last 2 battles. Even though I thought his 2-on-2 performance was crazy, like people playing with his name, and I think he gets the opponent that can push him and inspire him to push his performance and pin. I don't think he really wanted to battle Hollow after a while, and Chilla performance against him, he was trying to rev Chilla up and it wasn't working. I think he gets the person that he really wants, or better yet, needs to push his performance and his level to another level. I got K-Shine 2-1 in a very, very close classic battle.
I'm not gonna lie, man. The service of Shine that I just heard is making me feel very. I don't feel optimistic about your pick. I don't feel good about it.
He's trying to gaslight me. We ain't accepting this shit.
I'm not. No, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it a buck. Like, I done watched K-Shine battle for 13, 14 years. I seen K-Shine before the Hitman battle. I seen K-Shine after the Hitman battle. Like, dude had another flair about him. Deshaun knows how to win. He's a gladiator. Like, him and, like, I consider Tay-Rock, too. Like, Tay-Rock in that twerk performance, towards his end of his second round, he's a gladiator. He knows, like, they know what to do. And I feel like even when their back is against the wall and everybody's like, oh, I don't think y'all going to win, I think they pull out with great performances that we look back and go, damn, they was on some other shit. So I got K-Shine 2-1.
All right. Let's keep rolling with the card, Jameer. We got Suge and Real Name Brandon. I know we talked about some of these in the past, but has your thoughts changed on any of these battles so far?
Yeah. I not my prediction as far as Suge and Real Name Brandon, but like Suge has the capability to win this battle, in my opinion. I haven't seen a confident shotgun Suge in so long, though, since like probably B-Dot. But like it's been iffy. You can see in his eyes, he don't necessarily, I don't know if it's want to be there or just not confident in his material. I think it really depends on if Suge takes this battle. It's not even takes this battle seriously. Is confident in his material. He just don't look confident at times. I think Real Name Brandon has the ability, if Suge's not confident, he could 3-0 Suge. And so I'm going with Real Name Brandon 2-1, but I'm hoping like Suge prove me wrong for real.
Okay. I'm sure the battles we got on the card. Casey and Vixen.
I heard what everybody else said. I think y'all make compelling arguments. I got Vixen 2-1 just because I like Vixen's takeover ability a little more than Casey. Like when Vixen really start cooking, it's really hard. It's a totally uphill battle. Like she can take over and captivate in a way that I just don't prefer Casey's. I don't think Casey hits that particular ceiling that Vixen does. I don't have a strong opinion about this battle, but I think Vixen has a 2-1. I got a 2-1.
Yo, look, man. I hope for the sake of female battle rap we get a classic because I think that always elevates them. But everybody's picking Vixen off of this like ceiling that we have never seen. And if it just completely bombs on all y'all predictions and all y'all faces, like I want all y'all to spin the block and come back that following Monday.
I'm not heavily attached to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll spin the block and say, yo, I was wrong. It's just in my spirit. I'm like, I think Vixen, I think they both want the battle. I don't know. I got Vixen. If I'm wrong, I'll spin the block, bro. I promise.
I think, honestly, Vixen's still living off their DNA performance, and people aren't looking at the totality of her career. So when you look at everything in correspondence with Casey and Vixen, Casey's work is actually better long term. We just looking at this one mystic performance against DNA, and we're like, oh, this is so much better. But when you look at the actual levels and what them actually writing, and you start breaking on the bars, Casey, Casey, big forehead, fine ass is doing her thing. I don't know if y'all still giving y'all still.
But I also, I ain't discredit Casey. I think Casey is really dope. I think in this battle, in my mind, and looking like who wants it more, I think Vixen wants the battle a little more. So I got Vixen 2-1.
Well, how can you say she wants it more when Casey been waiting to prove herself since she got robbed of Woman of the Year?
They both have. Like Vixen Vixen was getting called a fake champion. She didn't deserve it. Like I don't think that the inspiration is any more because she won Woman of the Year. You know, I think it puts fire under her ass to really prove it. And this is both of their tests.
The great philosopher Ric Flair once said, "To beat a man, you got to beat the man." So Casey got to come through. Casey got to show and prove. And I got Casey 2-1. I'm telling you,
I got you. I don't disagree with you. I think you make a valid point. I think it come down to personal preference. I got Vixen 2-1 in a great battle.
DNA.
You was buying them $70 ace from Dre Dennis, wasn't you?
Hey, listen, I'm ashamed to admit I have paid for some $70 apes before, but they have been good. They have been quality, but $70 apes is just.
I'm sorry.
$70 apes is never a thing to do. DNA and Real Sick.
DNA Real Sick. I'll be honest, I'm not really inspired by this battle. But, like, if I had to pick, I watched back DNA and King Los. And, you know, I'm not the biggest DNA fan. Like, I get it. Like, legend, he's dope. I'm just not personally, like, oh, DNA is incredible. I think he's fire, though. Like, but he's not one of my favorite battle rappers. But the experience I think DNA has is crazy. I saw the King Los battle. I was just like, oh shit, like, yo, DNA that third round knew how to take it up. Like, he writes incredibly up, and I love that about him. I had Real Sick going into it. I got DNA 2-1.
Wow.
And not to say that Real Sick isn't gonna go stupid. I actually think this battle gonna be really good.
Okay.
And again, I'm not the biggest DNA fan, but I think that they'll both be writing because they're inspiring each other. It's going to be interesting to see them go to, like, a completely different level because that's what I expect. But I got DNA 2-1 being an experienced, polished rapper that he is. I think he finds a way to win.
All right, Jimmy, I know we've talked about Surf and Twerk in the past, so I'm going to keep you up here as a speaker, but I want to go ahead and bring in the Black Dot. You go ahead and unmute yourself, Black Dot. Let's get your predictions rolling, brother.
What's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. What's the first battle we talking about?
All right, man. Let's start off with Shock and Suge and Real Name Brandon. What you think?
I got Suge 2-1. He's coming back for vengeance.
Yo, you know something? I haven't heard a single person tonight pick Brandon.
Nah, man. It's like he a rookie, but he fired. He won the tournament. Suge is Suge, and people talking crazy. I got Suge.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
I also picked Brandon, bro. My fault. I also picked Brandon 2-1.
Okay. All right, just making sure. Yeah. I know we've talked about it. I forgot you picked Brandon, but this whole night everybody's just picking Suge. I'm kind of impressed because normally I'm seeing.
And wait. It's 200 people, ain't it? 300 people.
It makes a difference, right?
Yeah, we talking about Suge with a crowd, and he ain't had a crowd not once on caffeine.
So you're saying it's gonna be levels?
Hell yeah, it's gonna be levels.
I ain't mad at that.
Brandon had 2,000 in Summer Madness, though.
Nah, we talking about the original big nigga.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like the original pocket tap of the original. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking about the first one.
All right, bro. Let's keep moving with the card. You kind of cut up a little bit, but we can hear you now. Let's try KCJ and Vixen. What you got to say?
See, I've been mad about this. I got KC 2-1. They're like, what's up? What's up with this? Like what you said. I like what you said. That's why I asked to speak. They going out this DNA battle with Vixen like that's the craziest thing ever. And I don't think so. I got KC 2-1.
Okay. Straight to it. Clips and B-Dot.
Another thing, I was watching Black Compass earlier. They talking about Clips and he, he gonna take over with the crowd, come in with jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna be joking way too much. Actually, he got to take his head off and come in there and rap with him. We talking about rap. This ain't wilding out. We talking about rap. So yeah, I got B-Dot 2-1 clear since everybody's talking crazy.
All right. I'm not mad at that. I feel like they both kind of counteract each other, but B-Dot is clearly the better rapper, so that's going to matter ultimately. It's going to matter ultimately.
Y'all just seen what he did with Av?
Av's not funny, though. I mean, he's funny in real life, but in his battles, he's not funny.
No. I'm just saying, we talking about one of the best punchers, one of the, you know what I'm saying, like back-to-back, you know what I'm saying? And he destroyed him.
Yeah, but they got two whole different skill sets. Like, I can't compare beating Av and beating Clips as the same.
I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying, like...
Right.
I just think B-Dot is... I don't know. People... Same with B... Yeah, like, people been talking crazy about him. He come back outside, like, he coming to rap.
You know, DNA kind of beat B-Dot clear, and basically Clips fathered DNA style.
Oh my God.
But yeah, man.
All right, let's keep rolling, Black Dot. DNA. Speaking of DNA real sick.
I got DNA 2-1 just off being a vet, and you know he got a whole new persona, no gun bar DNA. So there's just some new shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm gonna be honest. I've been saying this for the last 2 weeks. I miss gun bar DNA. That's just me. I'm not mad if he comes back and lets a Thule clap. Like, I'm okay with it.
Now I agree. I want to see that, but I'm saying like, you've been seeing him battle this year. He, like I said, he's the champion of the year run. He in a different bag. So I got DNA. No gun bar or gun bar DNA. It don't really matter.
Let me ask the three of you guys. Earlier we had a caller. He said Real Sick is overrated. I want to get your opinion on that statement. All three of you.
He ain't overrated at all. How he get booked 4 or 5 times and he's overrated on URL?
He's been booked 7 times to be exact. He's like the 5th highest booked artist on the league.
And if y'all watch battle rap and y'all watch interviews, he said he's asked for a number and he's got more the next time he's got on. You know what I'm saying? Like he said he's asked for more money every battle on URL. If y'all watching interviews.
I don't necessarily believe he's overrated, but I do understand because he's not really winning. He has some good performances like Kid Chaos, but he ain't really winning these joints. So it's like
that too. He's not really winning, but
so it's like I can understand the correlation.
I do think he's fire though.
He's an exciting lyrical battle rapper, right? And it's not. There's people who are overly lyrical. I think he does a little bit of a lot in that space when it comes to, and then he's starting to add performance. I don't think he's there yet, but I think to say he's overrated is bullshit, to be honest. Like I think that nigga nice.
Man, these dudes been putting in work.
That's what I'm saying. Like he laying the foundation.
Everything.
He's not there yet. He's not no solidified star, but
no, not at all.
He's fire. Absolutely.
Yo, it's like I got like an analogy, right, with Real Sick. It's like he's not overrated, but like let's say you go to the club, right, and you be pulling joints up all week, you be pulling mad joints. And you say, bam, I got me a couple 8s, a couple 9s, maybe even a 10 here. They say, oh, damn, you're a Mac. But then they found out you been pulling them with your Rolex SS ticket. Because they in the club, they don't see that Rolex ticket, they don't hear it. So it's like, you been pulling them with this fake ass Rolex, but you still pulling them. I ain't mad at it.
So real sick is the fake Rolex?
No, we ain't doing that. Yeah, we ain't doing that.
That's what you say? You say real sick is the fake Rolex?
Sick is nice. Sick is nice, but I'm saying he ain't all that in the can of worms. I'm saying he alright.
What kind of?
He better than Cortez. He better than Cortez.
All right. We're not throwing no Cortez strays. Let's move on with the card.
Yeah, what's the next one?
You try to slip that in there, man.
That was crazy. Hey, wow. Okay.
Yep.
My bad. That was kind of crazy.
That was wild.
K-Shine versus Easy's Black Captain Black Dot. What you think?
That's another thing I've been trying to get into. What's that like? Everybody got Easy losing. I got Shine 2-1. Like, we talking about Shine here. Like dude said, 12, 13 years putting in hard work. Harlem, like, who we talking about? We talking about K-Shine. Fuck them last 2 battles. We talking about K-Shine. Like, we talking about K-Shine here. I got K-Shine 2-1. I like Easy too, dude. New era. I'm new era. You know what I'm saying? Like, I came in with the new era. But
are you new era? You haven't picked the new era all evening, have you?
Well, I mean, like I said,
You're fake new era. I have to expose this. Hold on.
No. It's not fake. You know what I'm saying? It ain't fake. What I'm saying is, I said I got Suge because he's coming from Vengeance, and there's a crowd. That's what I said. That, and then what's the next one?
You picked DNA, no? Didn't you just pick DNA?
I said because he's a vet, and it's DNA. We talking about.
Okay, but new era. The whole point of new era is they're going against vets. So if you're gonna pick vets because they're vets, you're not really team new era.
But this is battle rap. I'm not trying to be biased here. I'm going off who I think is going to lose.
No, I didn't call you biased. You just can't say I'm team new era and then pick the vets because they're vets. You either got to ride with the new.
A lot of my favorite battle rappers are new era, like Jada Nightwing, Swamp. Like, who we talking about?
Yeah.
But anyway, I fuck with him though. Like, for real.
Nah, look, it's all right. We just pulled your new era card, and you're not happy about it. I'm sorry.
France.
Yeah.
I understand. Look, I can understand where he's coming from. Because the last time I bet against DNA, they said the kid was mine. So, you got to check that.
Wow. You a father. Okay.
And wait, I had B9 though.
You a whole father.
He's more than just a father, man. He's a pastor, too. You didn't hear his sermon earlier?
I yes, absolutely.
All right, Blacktop, let's go to the main event, though. Sousa versus New Jersey Twerk. What you think?
That's another. I got served 2-1.
Look, man, your New Era card's been pulled. You can no longer claim New Era after today.
It's not looking like a
You
New
had the
Era,
chance.
bro.
You had the perfect chance to pick New Era over Smack Era this entire card, and you failed every attempt.
So, because I like New Era, because I like them, I have to pick them.
You got smacked.
Bro, this entire hold on. This entire card is themed. Hold on. This entire card is themed New Era versus Smack Era. So you got to pick a side, and you pick your side. It's okay. You pick the side.
You got smack in your profile pic, bro.
Right. Yo, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Salute to Blacktop, man. Get him out of here. Get him out of here, man. He got Smack in his damn photo, in his icon, and the man said New Era. Oh man, nah, man, it's not. We're not going for that. Let's bring up my man Pluto. Salute to Pluto, is a speaker now. Pluto, this might be your first time on the Radio Roulette. Go ahead, let people know where you're tapping in from.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm from Harlem. Yeah, this is definitely my first time here.
What's the word?
Chilling, excited about the Volume 9 battles. What we starting with?
Let's kick it off with Shotgun Suge versus Real Name Brandon.
I got Suge edging that. I do fuck with Real Name Brandon. I think he do bring a lot to the table, but I think, like everybody else said, Suge just got a lot more to prove. But like I said, it's an edge. I don't think he can clean out Real Name Brandon. I think he can just edge him a little bit, but I do think it's going to be a good battle.
See, I'm not gonna lie. Here's one thing that I'm seeing with everybody picking Suge, right? They're saying he's motivated. He is a crowd. He should be back to where he is. He's gonna give him a lesson. But we don't know what Real Name Brandon's ceiling is like at all, whatsoever. And everybody's been criticizing his run, right? Saying, oh, Ultimate Madness 4, he had a bye week, or the competition wasn't strong, or there was a lot of weeks in between his battles. He was well rested. Like, I've heard all of it. So you don't think he's listening to all this and he's going to try to come with the best performance he's had all year? Plus, he didn't have the Fonz battle, so he has material from that, too, that he could probably use against Suge. Like, I think Real Name Brandon's getting underestimated a lot.
Nah, I follow that. I just think he has to prove that. And I think all of that
That's
you're
fair.
saying, I think Suge has been against that and has proven that times before.
That's fair.
He's proven he could be creative. He's proven he could rap with some in those small rooms, even with the pens. So, yeah, I got Suge definitely edging this one out.
That's fair. All right, let's go to KCJ versus Vixen.
That's tough. I'm going to go KCJ. I'm going to go KCJ 2-1. Just because outside of, like you mentioned earlier, Vixen had that coming out party with DNA and that kind of, that fandom, like that being amazed by somebody or a female that's rapping like that with that kind of creativity. I think that has fallen off. So I think it's back to what you're bringing to the table and what you're bringing that day. And I think KCJ is a lot more consistent and has a lot more abilities than Vixen out there on that.
Now, I don't get it twisted. I do think Vixen is a bit more talented than Casey. I just feel like in direct competition, what Casey does against Vixen on the stage would just stand out more. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Pretty much.
Like, so it's easy. It's easy to see them on a card together and say Vixen outperformed Casey every time, but I don't think she would do the exact same thing with Casey in front of her.
Yep, yeah, I agree with that.
Charlie Clips versus B-Dot. What do you think?
This is a tough one. Charlie Clips one of my favorites, so I'm gonna go Charlie Clips either way. But I do think if he come in there joking a lot, I think it can go left. Like he kind of came into that chess. He was serious for a while, but then I think he started joking a little bit towards that end, and it kind of made it debatable for me with chess. If he jokes a little bit, I think it can be debatable because B-Dot rapping ability is up there with anybody that we've seen on this stage, honestly.
Okay. Not mad at that.
Hey, I gotta ask Pluto a question.
Go ahead.
You from Harlem, right?
Yeah.
You got that little mix spot. You sound like little like Miss. Can you give me that? Cause I know that's how y'all Harlem niggas talk.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
You know what? Now that you mentioned the Harlem Savage, I actually want let's fast forward to Easy versus Sean. I want to hear what the Harlem guy has to say about K-Sean versus Easy.
You know I got Sean 2-1.
Smart man.
Same reason as I got Shook. He has a lot
He
to
knows.
prove.
You know damn well wouldn't be able to show your face in Sugar Hill, man.
I got Sean. He got to bring this one home for sure, and he will. It's a lot. It's a lot to prove on this one. He not only battling Easy, as you can see, everybody has him getting cooked by Easy. So it's bigger than that for him. I think there's gonna be a bigger, and it's gonna mean more for Sean than Easy. Even though I know Easy trying to get that Champion of the Year, so it's gonna be an amazing battle once again. But I got Sean coming out of that.
Yo, Pluto, I got a question for you real quick.
What's good?
As somebody who is also like going with Sean 2-1, do you think he approaches this battle like he's approached battles in the past, or do you think he's gonna switch up anything in his arsenal for Easy?
I mean, honestly, what happened with Sean the last two battles is that what I think happened with Sean the last two battles is that he faced people that are just a little more creative than him. So I think Hollow is a little more creative than him. So if you come in he came in very aggressive versus Hollow. He almost had the crowd that first round, but then he lost it quick. I don't know what happened really. I wasn't in the building, but I think he's a little
rapping like ass. That's what happened.
Yeah. But I think he's a little more creative than Easy. I think Easy, like he said, he talk and punch at the same time. But then if Sean is up there punching, being a lot more creative, even if he has to bring in props like a Professor Sean or whatever the case is.
Do not bring a prop. Do not bring a prop.
I don't know about a prop. It's too risky.
It's way too risky to bring a prop against Easy the Block Captain. Like,
okay, so maybe not a prop, but even if we need a performance out there, we need a JC, are you okay, Sean? We gonna need something like that to get us on his side, and we need that early. I think we need that first round. We need something that's gonna hit, shake the room, even though it's not gonna be too many people in that room. But he need the crowd, and he need everyone on his side. Round one, and from there, I think it's a battle because I think, like I said, Easy is definitely one of them ones, and I think he should be Champion of the Year. But I think Sean can just dip into a lot more than Easy can dip into with this one.
He can do what?
He can dip into a lot more from his bag than Easy can.
All right, I'm glad you preferenced that. DNA versus Real Sick.
I got Real Sick. I don't fuck with DNA like
Wow.
that. I'm just not impressed, bro. Honestly, I'm not impressed. I think he should go back to Gumball DNA. I was fucking with him a lot more.
I feel the exact same way. Like I'm just not impressed.
Yeah, it's like he was like top 3 in his lane or whatever he do. Now he jumped into this pen lane, and now, if we being real, it's a lot of pens way better than him. He's in the bottom of the pens, if we being honest. In the lane that he want to run in. So I got 3-0.
Yo, you wildin', man. You wildin'. They can say arguably that DNA helped save Sean's career, and so I don't see how you say that.
Who cares? Like, it's not as exciting.
Yo, so y'all I don't know what's in the water in Harlem where
DNA just lost to King Los. DNA just lost to King Los. And he been wanting that for a while and lost, or debated, whatever you call it. DNA was waiting for King Los. We know King Los wasn't waiting for DNA. DNA was waiting for King Los for a long time. Got that back.
You know what? Pluto saying that, I hate to cut you off, but you saying that actually makes me nervous about DNA and Sick, because he was scoping like King Los for a long time.
Let's be real.
And I don't feel like it went fully as planned. Like, I feel like his third round went as how he wanted it, envisioned, but the other two, not as much as his third.
Very debatable. Very debatable about it. I got King Los, so based off that, and based off the fact that honestly DNA lost to Geechee to me. Well, he beat Av. He lost to Beat Out to me.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. It's not a good year for him, to me.
I mean,
so I got
I mean, shit, man. It might not be a good year for you, but it's a great year for him.
He wilding because he's still mourning Alpo. Yeah, that's some wild shit.
All right, man. Let's kick it off with this last the main event, and then I'm gonna bring in the next round of roulette speakers. Twerk versus Surf. What you say, Pluto?
Twerk versus Surf. I got Surf 2-1. I got it going the same way Rock and Twerk going. I had Rock 2-1, and I think Twerk put up a great performance. He went to his pen a lot more. I think he's gonna need to go to his pen a lot more, and not try to outperform Surf, because I think Surf got that star power that's just unbeatable. Nobody can really stand in front of that. So I think if he brings the pen, I think he has a great chance. But I got Surf 2-1.
All right, man. Say less, man. I appreciate those Volume 9 predictions. Tap in whenever we do the radio roulettes. You know, you got the green light to pull up and speak. Salute to you, Pluto.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
No doubt, no doubt. Yo, Vandross, man, you were the performance of the night, man. I don't know how we're ever going to have somebody call up and match his energy. Like, you can't do this all the time because like, I need to find another Savage Vandross like you, and there's just nobody else like you in the world.
I appreciate you letting me pull up. Also, I see Ben Swayze. I'm smoking his ass in fantasy football. I just want to put that out there.
Oh, shit.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, shit. What's the score?
Man, he know what the score is. Running that
league. Appreciate it, man. No doubt, no doubt. All right, man. Let's go ahead and bring in my man, the No Pass Look. Day one supporter of ours. Always pull up on the caffeine shows, but now he's here on the Radio Roulette show. Get a chance to speak his piece. He always talks his piece in the chat. Now he gets to voice his opinion. No Pass Look. What's the word?
What's going on, friends?
What's good, man?
Nothing much, man. I'm trying to see the prediction is. I joined a little bit late, so I missed it, but I got some predictions.
Let's hear it.
All right, so I start with the bottom of the card. I got real name Brandon 2-1.
Okay.
I think the point that you were making about him trying to make a statement based on the fact that the criticism about his recent battles this year has been on scheduling and competition. So I think he's going to have a standout performance. Plus, Suge loses all the time. I think people keep forgetting that he's like 3-13 or 14 on the app.
Oh, dear God.
I can't really remember the last person he clearly beat.
Yikes. Might have been Snake Eyes, but
that was a while ago, though.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, so I got real name Brandon 2-1. I think it'll be a decent battle, but I'm not really I'm not certain about Suge. Vixen and Casey, I got Vixen 2-1. I think that what you said earlier about her being a little bit more talented than Casey is true. I think the thing that people are forgetting is that a lot of Casey's material versus her last few opponents, I mean, 40, that was an uphill battle for really anybody, but I don't think she really had a whole lot of things in that battle that really make me feel like she's like scary. And Vixen, I think, is a better puncher than Casey. And she has a lot more, I think she's more well-rounded. She's a little bit more humorous. She has tried rebuttals. Mm-hmm. Some of them have landed, some of them not so much. Mm-hmm. But I think it'll be a good battle. I don't think Casey's going to die, but I got Vixen 2-1. Clips and B-Dot, I think this is going to be a great battle. But honestly, man, I got Clips 2-1 because I started looking at his back catalog, and I don't remember who he's clearly lost to in the last 2 years, regardless of what stage or scenario it's been. Geechee, Big K, Twerk. I think he battled Matt. I can't really remember the last time he's clearly lost. And I picked him to lose some of these battles, and then he just comes out and he wins. So I think that B-Dot is going to probably be the strongest competitions he's had since Geechee. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, general consensus has him beating Geechee, too. And I think that Geechee's, better battler than B-Dot at this point. But I think that's going to be a really good battle. I'm interested to see the type of angles that he has for Clips. I don't think he's going to bring up the Biden thing again after he already said that's a DNA. He might, but I don't know. Hopefully not. DNA and Real Sick, I got DNA 2-1.
Okay.
I think the DNA has to – it sounds kind of weird saying he has to redeem himself after the Los battle, but with it being debatable we all thought he was going to get Los out of here, and he didn't. So,
you know, this is the thing, right? Like, the expectation curve in battle rap is a real thing, right? People were assuming DNA would smoke King Los, and I just had a problem with it as a whole because, one, personally, maybe I have the unpopular opinion. I think King Los has been good thus far in his return to battle rap, and it's his third battle. He has no room but to progress, in my opinion. Like, even Cassidy somewhat got better when he battled after his third battle. You feel me? So, like, King Los was obviously going to progress. You put him in a small room, the better environment suited for him because King Los been battling on stages. And then DNA literally tried to replicate his Mickey performance from the outfit to the energy. And I don't feel like you can replicate some of those special moments sometimes. Doesn't mean that he didn't win the battle. I still have DNA win the battle.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I think that when it comes to Sick, if you look at his past year, lost to Pat Stay. It was a good battle, but general consensus has Pat Stay winning on the app. Obviously, body Danny Myers, but him versus, like, Vets, he doesn't clearly beat Vets often enough for me to feel comfortable that he's going to beat DNA. Mm-hmm. I think he beat Mike P. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like I say, body Danny Myers. But the last Vet, I think he battled
Pat Stay.
But who was before Pat Stay?
Av,
yeah, Av clearly beat Sig. It was a good performance from Sig, but I mean, I don't think it's debatable at all.
I agree with you.
So I got a DNA 2-1. I think it'll be a pretty good battle. Sig, always shows he's pretty consistent. Sean versus Easy. I got Easy 2-1.
Okay.
I think that what people haven't really, like I said, I haven't been here, but I think what people are forgetting is that with Champion of the Year being like Easy's in the top 3, he can't afford to lose to Sean or he'll have no argument. It'll be Geechee and A-Ward be the only ones they're talking about. Easy will fall behind if he loses to Sean, even though Sean is a incredible opponent, but just based on the last couple battles he's had in the eyes of many people, his ranking has slid down, even though he was considered the best, or at least the most dangerous in the world over the past couple of years. So, Sean, I feel like he can't lose either, especially after his last 2 losses. But I think Easy's going to be more motivated because of the fact that Champion of the Year, if he was able to get something like that in his quote-unquote, like, sophomore year on URL, that would be incredible. So,
yeah, I mean, even if Easy doesn't get it, which, I mean, like, I think there's a solid chance if he really, like, gets K-Shine all the way out of here, the conversation is fully alive, he will be the favorite for next year to win it. Because, like, his sophomore year is absolutely absurd. It's amazing. And beyond K-Shine's decline, I just feel like stylistically K-Shine is a bad match. Like, Easy's a bad matchup for K-Shine. So I already felt like that's a difficult match, let alone the momentum they both have going into the battle. So I feel you, man. You had a real level-headed breakdown of it. All your picks have been real level-headed, honestly, so far. So I like your takes.
I appreciate it, man. All right. So for the main event.
The main event.
You said what? Yeah, main event. Honestly, man, I think I got Surf 2-1. I think that the momentum that Surf has had is going to carry on into this battle. I think based on Twerk's rock performance, that was really good. But Surf, I mean, he just completely got John out of here. I don't think really anybody was expecting that. And then from that, I think, 20 days or something like that to have Calico next, and he clearly beats Calico, and Calico doesn't really lose often either. So I don't really feel like he's going to lose this battle to Twerk, but of course, Twerk can win. I'm not saying he's going to body Twerk. I just got served 2-1 personally.
Solid. I appreciate that, bro. Let me go ahead and get to some other speakers here. Thank you for tapping in, as always.
No problem.
Appreciate the support. My man. See, that's how you guys have to be. A little more level-headed, a little more logical. Save the hot takes. Keep these crazy opinions, keep them in the drafts. It's okay to keep some of the hot takes in the drafts, I promise you. We're going to close out the show with our last round of roulette here. Let's bring in my man Jeremy Perkins up, and we got my man Wasalu in the building. I'll let both you guys do the last predictions simultaneously, one by one. So Wasalu, go ahead and set it off, and then Jeremy, you can follow up afterwards.
Oh, thanks for having me. Real name Brandon and Shotgun Suge.
Yep.
I'm gonna say real name Brandon. 30. A lot of people say Shotgun Suge is like, what do they say? He's kind of like the gatekeeper, but no, not really. He's more of like I feel like in the URL he's kind of like a revolving door, and the URL will, like, once someone starts cooking, they will give them Shotgun Suge so they could start cooking more, so they could be even more marketable. So like when Danny Meyer started cooking, they're like, all right, let's give him Shotgun Suge so he can cook even more. Or when B-Dot started cooking, like, all right, let's give him Suge so he could cook some more. So I felt like whoever would have won Summer Madness out of MVP or real name Brandon would have ended up getting Shotgun Suge as kind of like a stepping stone in a sense. So yeah, Suge has been very lackluster, and he doesn't seem like he really wants anymore. And I feel like real name Brandon has been super impressive, whether it's cleaning up MVP as Summer Madness or I think it was in the first round. His second round was one of the best rounds I heard in the year. It was like back-to-back punches. So I got that for real name Brandon. I'm not too familiar with the female side of it, so I'm gonna skip Casey and
let me get Jeremiah to jump in here for Shotgun Suge and real name Brandon. What you think?
I have the same as well. Talk that shit, bro. Real name Brandon 3-0.
Real name Brandon 3-0.
Yeah, I don't feel like this is going to be debatable in any way. I don't feel like Suge matches up to Brandon in any way, except maybe like trap talk or something like that. But I mean, at this level, like, Suge ain't been Suge since I'm gonna be honest, the Tay-Rock or Snake Eyes battle.
Okay.
Since then, like, he hasn't been Suge, and people saying, oh, he got something to prove. He got something to prove every time, everybody say. And the last on-par performance he gave us was B-Dot, but I feel like B-Dot showed the levels. I feel like Brandon's going to show the levels.
I feel like Brandon is going to show the levels. Do me a favor, tweet that out, and let's see how that thread works out. I just want to see the reaction, everybody, when you say that.
You gotta put up the person who just spoke. You have to put up their picture and put up that quote under it on LTBR.
No, put the tweet out. We'll retweet it, and it'll make its waves. And I just want to see what people say to it. I think there might be more people that might agree with him, but I'm just really curious to see their responses to it. All right, Wasalu said he'll opt out of Casey and Vixen. So Jeremiah, Casey Vixen, real quick before you talk about Casey Vixen, you've been following this as well as I have for about a year. You have seen people change their opinion on both these ladies at least once a month. 1 month they love Vixen, 1 month they love Casey. 1 month they hate Casey, 1 month they love it's unbelievable. I've never seen nothing like this before.
For sure. I feel like at this point, my predictions is Vixen 2-1 or 3-0. It depends. I feel like Casey is a good battle rapper, but Vixen shows us more flashes of greatness. She surprises us way more. She excites us way more, to be honest. Now Casey is consistent, but Vixen is also consistent. Even though people say the Loso battle, but she only slipped up in the first round. The other 2 rounds was fire to me. I feel like the only thing Casey got over Vixen is the constant one-liner chain punching. Mm-hmm. But I feel like in this setting, especially with the crowd, I feel like Vixen is going to overpower her. So yeah, Vixen 2-1 or 3-0.
All right then. Charlie Clips and B-Dot. Wasalu, what do you think?
I got B-Dot 2-1.
Okay.
B-Dot's performance. I don't know how to put it, but B-Dot's performance against Av, I don't think I've seen someone rap / break down somebody that impressively in a long time. It was amazing. He just completely, how would I put it, obviously you kind of have like your Easy, your Chess, Battle of the Year, your A-Wards, and Geechees. But I don't know, it's just like the way B-Dot beat Ab was so surgical. I hadn't seen anything like that, I feel like, in a long time. So I'm going to go with B-Dot on that one. I do feel like Clips is, how do I feel like, when he was battling Chess and when he battled A-Ward, it felt like he was there. He's like trying to take a little bit more serious, but there's a side of him that is also joking around too much. So I feel like B-Dot isn't playing at all. So I'm going to go with B-Dot 2-1.
Noted. What you think, Jeremiah?
I have B-Dot 3-0. It really doesn't matter what Clips does to me. I'm not a fan of Charlie Clips. As a rapper, I like Charlie Clips as a person and as a personality. But as far as rapping goes, I'm not a fan of Charlie Clips. He doesn't appeal to me. So it doesn't matter what Clips does. Either way, I'm going to have B-Dot 3-0 if B-Dot gets out all his 3 rounds.
Nice. All right, DNA versus Real Sick. Solid, what you say?
I got DNA 2-1. I think the veterans have shown that even though Real Sick is showing a lot of promise as an amazing battle rapper, they could just kind of edge him using their kind of veteran craftsmanship, like an Av or a Pat Stay. I think it's going to be 2-1, but it's going to be very close. And I think in the future, Real Sick will be one of the top, like, solidified top guys when kind of like it's all said and done in like 10 years or so. But he's really amazing now. I'm not discrediting what he's doing. I feel like he doesn't have enough right now to kind of overcome an Ab or a Pat Stay or a DNA. It's just they've been doing it for too long.
I agree. Jeremiah?
Peace to my brother Wasalu, no disrespect, but I feel like people need to stop, like, I don't know. People got a right to their opinions. I don't feel like Real Sick has been losing to this many vets as people has been saying. He's only started losing the vets when he's gotten on a big stage. Before the Av battle, he was clearing all of his opponents or having debatables. And then the Ab battle happened on the big stage. He lost. The Pat Stay happened. The Pat Stay battle happened on the big stage. I see it as debatable, but a majority have him losing. But this is a small room area. I feel like it's going to be like 200 to 300 people from what we've heard. And I feel like Real Sick is going to be back in his element. And there's not going to be that many distractions. And also, DNA isn't this extravagant performer like the other two people or an extravagant puncher like Av or anything. So I feel like it's going to be a duel with like word and penmanship, and I feel like it's going to be a debatable battle. I'm going to edge Real Sick on this battle.
Noted. All right, Easy to Block Catherine versus K Shine.
I got Easy 30. You know how like they were like.
Yeah. I've talked to both of you about this previously, so I'm ready for it.
I'm just gonna give this analogy. It's like, you know when you like be like playing Pokemon when you're a kid, and then you get out of that like cave, and the cave is just filled with Zubats, and you just get out of there, and you're really weak, and you're like, man, I gotta get a Pokemon Center, and then Gary pulls up. Gary pulls up with like you only focus on your starter Pokemon. Like I have a level 70 Charizard and I have a bunch of level 20 Pidgeys. Meanwhile, Gary has level 74 everything. Like Pokemon you haven't even seen yet. This is K-Shine is coming out of the cave and he's got to face Gary. Gary,
oh my God.
That's all I gotta say.
All right, Pokemon analogies will always work for me. Jeremiah, what you say?
Yeah, I think I said on the last one, I said I had Easy 2 and clear, just as K-Shine need to just stick to rapping and stop trying to trying to show up the face-offs, like, and all of a sudden be so, like, aggressive and hyper and all of this. And he needs to just stop, like, worry about being overcomplicated and over-scheming and all this, doing watch time schemes and all that shit. He just needs to get back to the K-Shine that we know and love. And until he can do that, I got easy 2-1 clear.
All right, man. Let's close out the main event. Sukser versus New Jersey Twerk. Go ahead, Wasalu.
I'm gonna go Sue Surf 2-1. I think he just kind of has a little bit more, kind of like something you guys touched on before, like the chain punches. It's not just like big punchlines.
Mm-hmm.
Like first, so I'll go Surf 2-1 or debatable because someone earlier in the roulette was saying that Twerk was not impressive, but I was gonna be like that. The hominin bar against Tay-Rock resume was crazy. The stage scheme was crazy. So I'm gonna go Susur 2-1 / it might be debatable because like against for some reason some people, everyone entitled to their own opinion. Some people have Rock winning the first round was like Twerk had like 10 haymakers in that first round. I don't think it was even close. But yeah, that's me. Probably Surf 2-1 / debatable.
Jeremiah, bring us home, man.
I got Twerk 2-1 in a debatable battle. These two are two of my favorites of all time. I feel like Surf is coming with his narrative and like battle rap spaces talking about like, oh, Twerk doesn't have more substance or Twerk doesn't have more blah 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 than him. Talking about Twerk doesn't really have a pen like that. He's more of a performer. I don't know what he's talking about when he said that. Like, but I feel like Twerk is going to come to this battle with the same energy that he's had in his previous two battles. I feel like Surf is going to be really surprised by what he gets hit with because Twerk in these battles is very unpredictable. Like, you don't know if he might do an angle. You don't know if he might do like an extravagant scheme. You don't know. And I feel like the element of surprise is going to be Twerk's advantage in this battle. So I got Twerk 2-1, but in a debatable battle. Classic.
I think if Surf beats Twerk and he's somehow, and if he ends up in like top 10 or top 20 champion of the year, then Surf is going to be even more what's the word? Arrogant, and he's gonna park in Drake's parking spot at Caffeine. He's gonna do what he wants even more.
Yeah, for sure. Like if this battle is anywhere near debatable, he going, especially with the 90-day thing that he's doing, he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Like as far as just talking and like blogs and all this, he gonna start terrorizing everybody. It's gonna be dangerous.
He's already terrorizing everybody.
For real, he's doing it right now. I don't know why he disrespecting Cuban on Instagram Live, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
I just want to like, I've done it partially, but I just kind of like sit down and listen to like videos of Surf on Instagram Live berating people or just on like battle rap spaces. I think it's hilarious because like when he goes into the room, he has so many fans agreeing with him that it's hard to counteract anything because you can't say anything because there are a lot of kind of like Surf fans.
Yeah, for sure, I agree with that. Like, yeah, so many fans. He has such a huge fan base that it's hard to like talk through all of them because like if you say one wrong thing towards him, it's like they all gonna be attacking you. It's like you can't get a word in edgewise.
Well, they both really have huge fan bases, honestly, and they both kind of have the same kind of fan base too, right? There's like they're very polarizing. Whereas like when people there's an audience that is very critical of them whenever they have, you know, their shortcomings, their errors, their chokes. And then there's another crowd that's very apologetic because they know what the ceiling is like one of those guys perform at a level 10. And they're coming off of 2 back-to-back phenomenal battles. Both battles on the app have just done crazy numbers. So, like, they're running into each other with the perfect amount of momentum. I feel like they have the same kind of fan base that defends them and sticks up for them. Like, we're going to get fireworks out this battle. I just feel like overall, like I've said like multiple times, Twerk's just more talented than Surf. He can do more than Surf. You know what I mean?
Is there like a, France, do you think there's like a parallel battle that kind of matches this energy of people like really cooking towards the end of the year and they just kind of end up meeting? Does this remind you of anything?
For the last couple years, honestly, probably not. Probably not to my knowledge, at least not like towards the exact end of the year. Like, we have seen collision courses similar to this, but like right at the end of the year where it's such heavy implications, and now that we have actual rankings and media making lists of battlers for the year, like I can't recall a situation like this. Like, this battle will make or break Surf being a top 10 battle rapper, and I feel like Twerk has already worked his way into being a top 20 guy. Like, he's the KJ performance is terrible, but do not lose sight of the fact before the KJ performance he was really good, and afterwards he's been phenomenal.
So if it's like, let's say it's not an end of the year thing, like what parallel battle do you see where it's just like a collision course where two have been really good at performing and they just kind of end up meeting?
I feel like this parallels maybe K-Shine and Geechee.
I like that.
Yeah, a bit, but I think, like, I'm trying to think more, I guess, like, inner city, right? Because also there's the Jersey part of it that makes it very special. Like, Jersey on Jersey violence here. Like, every time Jersey battles each other, Arsenal, Sick, Suge, and Twerk, you know what I mean? Arsenal and Twerk. Like, there's some special, like, brotherly rivalry there going on. And so you don't really get that as frequent with a lot of other places because I guess they're not as deep with their roster of talent. And a lot of the guys, their momentum fluctuates. So this is a really unique situation. But I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight, man. That's a great Radio Roulette. Shout out to all the people that jumped on to speak their Volume 9 predictions. We've heard some very interesting takes tonight. I can't wait to run some of this back because I need to make a video for that Pokemon analogy with Sala. Now I gotta contact a video designer or something to can edit like Ash walking out the cave and running into Gary.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a blast, man. I appreciate it, man. All right, man. Everybody, tune in as always. Let's Talk Battle Rap, Radio Roulette on Twitter Spaces. We will be dropping this. It'll be available on all streaming platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, and on YouTube, of course. Subscribe to the show. And we will be back tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Titus will be doing his Tuesday show. His Thursday shows are now Tuesdays, and, of course, Wednesdays, the CC show, every Wednesday morning. So we got you covered all week long. We got Volume 9. It's going to be a great battle rap week and a great way to end the battle rap year. Salute to everybody. Tune in as always. Appreciate y'all. And for everybody on Caffeine, thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for the props, everybody. Thank you for the props. We appreciate that. JB, this was a hilarious show. Can't wait to call you and talk to you about it. This show is so funny, man. Oh, my God. I need to hear that K-Shine sermon again because that was insane. Some battle rap fans are such lunatics, man, but I love it. I love all of it. I love every single last bit of it. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. As always, enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Have a good one.